Star Travelers, Part 11, Making Friends. Princess Aine felt timid arriving to the home of someone she had just met on Earth. And yet, there was a growing sense of comfort. She could rest, breathe for a while, and contemplate all that had occurred. Wow, what an adventure! She felt a pang of concern for her home ship, wondering what might have happened there. Then there were more questions, too. What about her sudden arrival? The backpack? The bike? Her identity? Oh, it was too much to try and figure it all out at once. The gravity on Earth was different than the ship, and she felt heavier and a bit tired, too. It was all so confusing and made her feel kind of lost, but as she looked around, she began to feel as if she'd walked into an alternate life, one where she might belong. Simple, quiet, peaceful, and respectful. The sun flooded through the window to a table covered with food of various types: red, orange, purple, and green. Sit. Drink. Amitola poured her a glass of water. She drank the full glass and then 2 more. Oh, thank you. Amitola smiled. But this time, his smile was very, very wide. A happy smile that lit up his face. He really did seem to know her, he thought. And his expression revealed that he might know her well and care for her as his own relation. Outside in the yard, a woman tended the garden. Aine could hear a child playing. Amitola nodded toward them. "My family," he said, with deep, resonant pride. "You will meet them soon, but now we talk. What is your reason for going to Chicago?" he asked. "Oh, I have a ticket." "Why?" "Because I have a ticket?" "You crazy girl. Answer more easily. Where are you coming from?" "Well, I don't know if I can answer that." "Why?" "Well, I'm not sure you will understand." "You ran away from home." "Well, I did, yes." "No." "Well, yes, I guess you could say that." Aine started munching on an apple. "Oh, thank you, this is so good." "Are you in trouble?" "No." "Yes?" "Well, probably." Again she remembered how she had arrived to Earth, the backpack, the bike, and being so suddenly dropped down to a specific place and time on Earth. It was as if she had taken someone's place. "Unless I switched places with someone," she blurted. "What? What did you say?" "Oh, well, it's a long story. Oh, how could she ever explain it to him? She tapped her head as if to make her brain think of a way to tell him. "Amitola, have you ever heard of a portal in space or time?" He looked at her slowly and carefully. "Yes. Ancestors knew of these. I have seen once." "Okay, well, what if someone sort of fell through one of them and kind of, well, it just, plopped down here?" He looked at her carefully for a while, Then he picked up an apple and bit it defiantly. Oh, you crazy girl. You plopped through a space portal? Yes? No? Yes, I'm from elsewhere. She levitated an apple and brought it to her lips. She reached up, plucked it, and took a bite. Amitola dropped the apple he was holding, and it rolled out the door. Are you okay? Did you hear me? Yes. He stared at her. Then slowly, he looked all around her, top to bottom, and around each side, as if he were checking to see whether she had some strange appendages, like wings or a tail or antennae. You look just like my family. You don't look green or blue. Star people are blue. Well, not me. Besides, most use a bit of makeup to get that beautiful blue hue for their skin. Blue didn't match this outfit, so I've come au naturel. My skin is naturally golden brown. Oh, blue skin, alien outfits. You are a crazy girl. Now I think I'm crazy too. Then he looked around and nervously shut the door so no one would find her there, a girl from outer space in his kitchen. She was mad at this and looked him straight in the eyes. Well, no one needs to know except us. And if you don't want to believe me, fine. I don't care. I'm going to Chicago. Anya got up to leave. Wait. He gestured for her to sit down. No, wait, I'm sorry. It's just that, well, it doesn't happen every day that a star person walks in your kitchen. Probably not. Well, whatever you are, however you got here is immaterial. Really. He murmured into his hands, shaking his head, looking rather stunned. They sat in an unmoving silence for several minutes, while Amitola kept peeking over at her, wondering if she would change colors right before his eyes. He finally decided, straightening his posture. Well, whether that's true or not, either way, I think you need a shore story. No one's gonna believe you're from outer space. Oh, that's okay. You don't have to believe me, she said, and turned up her nose at the whole idea of telling him her secrets. Then she wondered, what's a shore story? You know, why you landed here on our shores, why you're here, on Earth. I'm going to Chicago. Oh, she was mad all over again. No, you don't understand. One thing was for sure, she seemed definitely to be out of this world, Amitola thought. But he closed his lips and frowned. It's more complex than that. Why? I want to go to Chicago. I understand. He realized being stern just wasn't going to work, and instead tried to sound more reassuring. Well, stay here with us and rest. I will drive you to Chicago, or you can take the bus. We'll call your friend there. I'll show you how it works. It's going to be okay. Now, let's eat. He managed to smile while still looking rather perplexed. Maybe she was traumatized, and this was all her imagination, but maybe not. Either way, he could not let go of the idea that he was bound to care for her and make sure she would be safe. Besides, there was something very special about a girl who could levitate apples. She gave him a big hug. "Oh, I feel I know you. I feel I can trust you. I hope that's true." "It is true." He smiled at her, because it didn't matter what was true. It only mattered what was before his eyes. A girl who had become his friend and who he wanted to feel welcome. What do you say to someone who's never been on Earth before? There's gravity and much more. We don't really know who we are. It's a chance to discover ourselves here on Earth. Anya looked up at him and her heart filled with gratitude. "In the world where I'm from, there's less gravity, but you see, you can be whatever you want to be. It's just that I'm alone and I'm wishing for friends to call my own." She reached out to touch his hand, and then stood excitedly flapping her hands. "Oh, I'm so grateful it was you who found me." "Yes, now we are family. Family gives us courage. Here on Earth we have to keep our eyes to the sun, even though it burns." He sighed, remembering the fears and challenges that he faced each day. Ignorance and hatred, such cruelty still lie low, so low in the grass. I wish compassion for all who live on Earth." Yes. Yes, you do. We are all suffering from ignorance and hate. That need not be. So now, won't you tell me why you really have come? "Well, yes, Oh. At that moment, the sky opened up and roared, quickly ending their conversation. Amitala pulled back the curtain and looked out the window. "It's raining hard," he explained. "We've got tornadoes here. We've got to watch for them. Usually one a year, but we've had so far 2 this year." "Tornado? What is it?" Amitala was looking at the sky. That. The sky turned yellow and green, and in an instant the wind was whipping laundry off the line and through the yard. The woman was calling, "Orenda! Orenda! Amitola! Amitola! I can't find her!" Hail began hitting the yard, knocking the treetops and denting the soft earth. It was hitting the rooftops so hard they could hardly hear one another. "I'll get her!" He turned to Anya. "You, down to the basement, now!" The woman rushed in frantically and grabbed some food from the table. She shoved the water pitcher into Anya's hands, who grabbed it clumsily. "This way!" The woman led her down loose wooden stairs to the cellar. Amitola bolted out the back door, calling, "Orenda! Orenda! Where are you? Where are you?" over and over, hoping she was close to home and would hear his voice. Then he realized where she had gone. He ran down to the river, calling her name, arms folded over his face and his body pelted with a hailstorm. He ran under the trees to the river's edge. "Orenda! Orenda, come quickly!" He kept calling until he heard the sound of her coughing. He ran to her. Little Orenda was squatted by the riverside, coughing and choking to catch her breath. He grabbed her and took her in his arms. I can't find my inhaler. I can't find it," she choked. The hail pelted them as Amitola grasped among the leaves, searching for the inhaler. "I found it." He grabbed it and put it to her lips, covered their heads as best he could, and ran for home, just as the clouds became a black, swirling tornado overhead. Amitola brought her downstairs and brushed off the hail that clung to their clothes and hair. Lay her here. Aine had prepared a bed for her. She put her hands on the child, letting the light from her hands and her soul spread across the girl's body. After a few moments, Orenda began sputtering, and at last she relaxed and could breathe, though she was still so weak. She will be all right, but she's been poisoned and should see a doctor. Do you have a doctor? Amitola stared at her and the child in wonder. Orenda's mother watched carefully. Look, she's calm. She's breathing easily. She's sleeping. She's sleeping now. She looked at Aine. You are a healer. Where do you come from? Oh, that's a very long story. Are you a medicine woman? She's been so ill. She needs to rest before any medicine, Aine explained. We must go to a doctor to help her clean out these poisons. The woman pulled Aine's arm and led her into the corner where a small ray of light shone through a window into the cellar. Oh, miss, she's been so ill. The doctor told me there's nothing wrong but asthma. She runs away to the river. I'm afraid it's the river that is contaminated, causing her illness. With what? Many years ago, our ancestral land was sold and factories built here. I don't know. She shook her head sadly. Her long, beautiful hair flowed over her strong arms. We do not drink the water from the river anymore. It is owned by factories. We must buy the water now. Tears spilled down her cheeks and onto her shoulders. I'm Dawn Mountain. I'm so sorry you've come to visit on such a day. But please, feel safe. We are underground. The tornado will pass by us. She bowed her head in prayer. Our Mother Earth takes care of all our lives. Let us put our minds together. So be it in our minds. The one who made all things, we are thankful here on earth. Let us put our minds together. So be it in our minds. Our Mother Earth takes care of all our lives. Let us put our minds together. So be it in our minds. The one who made all things, we are thankful here on earth. Let us put our minds together. So be it in our minds.